Hello everyone, my name is Cap and welcome back to the channel, another 7 days to die video. I'm doing all of this on Alpha 16.3 on PC, so it should go back a little ways, and most of it will work as far as consoles go, except for the Bulletproof Glass. Now, what's going on here is I've had a lot of people ask me about underground farming with the release of Bulletproof Glass, and I did 2 videos on Bulletproof Glass testing, and one of those I tried my best to do some underground farming using Bulletproof Glass to see if it would work. And I didn't really get any good results, but I'm not exactly thrilled with the way it turned out, so I decided to retest it. So what I did here, and I'm flying around in a little creative mode so I can do this, because this took a whole lot of time to set up, is I have 4 different plots I set up. They're all identical, they're all 5x5 and 4 blocks deep. And what I have here is I have a control with nothing over the top of it that I'm just going to let the regular sunlight beat in on it. Over here, we got bulletproof glass panes. I just used the panes instead of the blocks. They do have the exact same amount of opacity. Their opacity is level 2, which means that it should, according to the wiki and according to the index file for this thing, it should allow enough light for everything to come through. And then over here I have metal bars because it does say that these will work just fine. And then over here I have just standard glass panes. Now, a quick tip, if you plan on using just regular glass panes, just know that the durability of these things is barely higher than that of a piece of paper. So if you punch it, I mean, you can drop on it, you can jump on it, it's not going to hurt anything. But if you punch it or throw a rock at it real hard or trip and fall and land on it, it's going to shatter. So while it looks pretty and it'll work just fine, just know that it's not very durable. So like I said, all these are set up the exact same so they can try and work out. And what I did is, down in here, now for corn you have to have 3 full blocks above it for it to grow here. So within these trenches here, I dug 1 extra deep, and I've got a row of corn, I got 2 rows of potatoes, and 2 rows of blueberries. Mushrooms can grow in the dark, so I didn't want to worry about testing those. And these are the main kinds of plants that you're going to end up growing underground for the most of your food here, and they're all identical. If you go through each one of these, you can see the corn's in the trench, 2 rows of potatoes and blueberries, corn's in the trench, and all the way back down here. And then I just made a little walking path so I can get all the way through these without having to have a way in to every single one of them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just let it sit here and run. I'm going to cut this part out of the video, of course, because sitting here watching grass grow, which is literally what I'd be doing here, would be boring as could possibly be. But I'm going to come back when the plants have had a chance to grow. Like I said, I got my control here, that way I can see about the time at which they should be growing, and check to see if they all are. Oh, also, all of them, I tilled the land all the way down on all 5x5 blocks, and I put down fertilizer on every single block. So these are all set up exactly the same. So we should be able to see if, in fact, Bulletproof Glass will allow you to use it as underground farming here. So we'll check back with you in just a little bit. Okay, and that was undoubtedly the most boring 2 hours I've ever spent. I didn't want to wander off while this was growing, and just in case, I didn't want to leave the chunk and have some, issues growing. I just want to give it the best possible chance. But it takes 2 hours of in-game play for plants to grow. So I've just been hanging out, killing zombies, and trying not to die for the last 2 hours, which equated to about 2.5 in-game days, I think. I don't even know. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to drop down here and see if our plants actually grew. As you can tell just by looking, things grew, but we'll see if you can actually harvest them. So we have our control here with no covering, our bulletproof glass, our iron bars, our metal bars, and just a regular plate glass. Okay, so we'll hop down in here. You can see we got potatoes, we got corn, and we got blueberries. Not really a big surprise considering there's no topping here. Okay, move to the bulletproof glass here. We've got blueberries, we got potatoes, and we've got corn, just the same as we did over there. So for everybody that was wondering if you can use bulletproof glass to do underground farming, yes you can. Now something to keep in mind is this does have an opacity level of 2, so it makes the light coming through is only 13. So if you try to make your plants go way down underground and this is the only thing covering your light source, you're probably not going to have the same kind of results. Remember, I'm only like 4 blocks from the actual surface here, so things are going just fine. Same thing under the iron bars, we got blueberries, potatoes, and corn. Everything grew just fine here. And under the regular panes of glass that are basically made out of compressed sugar because they are extremely fragile, everything grew just fine too. No problems at all. So underground farming is completely viable using bulletproof glass and several other materials. Now, like one of the things I want to make sure to mention is you can't use artificial light for anybody asking. So you can't like load down your underground farm with a whole bunch of spotlights or torches or candles. or any of the electrical lights or anything like that. None of that works. It has to be actual natural sunlight up there. So hopefully this was at least useful to you guys. I know lots of people have been asking me questions about underground farming, so hopefully this at least answered those questions for you. If you have any further questions about how this actually works or any possible other theories you have, drop it in the comment section down below and I'll answer it as quick as I can. If you did find the video useful, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button down below the video. And don't forget to subscribe for future videos so you don't miss out on any. Thank you guys so much for your time and all the support. You guys rock. You have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you later.